Good morning, everyone. One drawback that I have said in the inheritance is about we cannot have multiple inheritance. So that is a drawback that we have seen. What is multiple inheritance? If you have two base classes and you want to inherit, you have a derived class. From one derived class, you inherit both the properties of the base class. That is not possible, but you want to incorporate this multiple inheritance, we can do it with the help of an interface. So what is going to be an interface? We are going to use a specific keyword as interface instead of class. And you will also have an interface name, same as the class, you will have variables and methods. But there is a beauty, the variables will be always final and static. And the method, you'll have only method declaration, you cannot define the interface. And instead of using a specific keyword extends, here we will be using something called as implements. So this is a perfect example of an interface. You can see, as I've already said, you will have interface and you can give a name and you will have a variable declaration and method declaration. As I've already said, even if you're doing it or even if you're giving it as static or final, by default, it will take it as final, the variable. And here you have only the method declaration alone. We don't have method definition. So this is a specific example. Here a class is want to inherit the interface. We will put implements and we are inheriting this interface. So here we have student, the serial number and the name has been given, but we have a declaration of a method. That method has been defined where inside the class that has been inheriting this interface. So what is the basic difference between an abstract class and interface? Abstract class, if you have a relationship, like is a relationship, you can do it. Interface, even though you don't have any relation, we can just use the interface. You can extend only one abstract class, but interface you can extend, implement more. And in abstract class, we can have both abstract methods and a non-abstract method. But in the case of interface, you have always abstract methods. Abstract methods are without any declarations, if you can, without any definitions. And by default, this abstract class always it will be friendly, but by default, as I have said, the variables will be final. What is the difference between these classes and interfaces? Interfaces is specifically created for multiple inheritance. Classes, you can have all type of inheritance. Interfaces also can have all types of inheritance, but multiple inheritance is an add-on. But in classes, we cannot have this multiple inheritance. So these are some of the types that you can see for an interface. The down you can see you have multiple inheritance. More up you can see this multi-level inheritances. So this is one example here. We have an interface, base interface, that is inherited by B, class B. And this class B has been inherited by class C. This is a multi-level inheritance. Same multi-level inheritance is happening here also. But here interface A that has been you can see implements is the word when we are using it along with the class. But here you can see I am inheriting class interface B from A. So here we are using again extends. Okay. And you have class C that is going to inherit from class B. So we have multiple inheritance. Okay. And here comes the multiple inheritance. We have an interface A and this is an hierarchical inheritance. Sorry. This is an hierarchical inheritance. You have an interface A and you're deriving one subclass and another subclass from the interface A. So here comes the main part, that is multiple inheritance. We have two interfaces, base interfaces A and B, and it has been the derived class is inheriting all the properties of A and B. So we are using implements here. And this is also another specific example here. We have multiple inheritance as well as multi-level inheritance, you can see. So A and B is inherited by C, and the C has been inherited by derived class. And you can have many hybrid inheritance. So that was the previous one was one type, and here also it is, you have multi-level inheritance as well as multiple inheritance here. So thank you everyone for listening to this topic.